I said, skirt all niggas, skirt up all niggas, skirt down, you acting like me, acting like we wasn't more than. I said, skirt all niggas, skirt up. Hey guys, welcome to my channel. Welcome to my live. I know this is something I have not done in quite some time, so hopefully the notifications are properly being sent and hopefully you guys are going to see it. So I'm just going to give a few minutes for you guys to go ahead and be able to come in here. As you guys come in, if you will, number one, hit the like button. And number two, just let me know you're here by saying hello, and it would allow me to be able to speak back with you. So as you see, the first person that we're going to be talking about today is going to be Peach McIntyre. We're going to be talking about Peach today. We're going to be talking about my Jazzy Life. We're also going to be talking about Liv's life, as well as the Jacksons of Atlanta. Now, I didn't actually set up the live for me to do it in advance, so you won't actually see the thumbnail until the live is over. I do apologize for that. So, guys, the first thing, like I said, that we're going to be discussing today is going to be Peach McIntyre. I do have her picture up here. The thing that I want to discuss about her is this pregnancy situation. Now, you know, she put out here recently all of this talk about yeast infections, which I don't know why she's so adamant to talk about yeast infections and her personal situation with them, etc. I mean, yeah, women get yeast infections, but I would think as a person who teaches, as she says, over 100,000 people, how to go live and, you know, produce good content, that she would have something to talk about other than yeast infections. But lately, it's like every time I see a short or anything in reference to her, it's something dealing with her yeast infections. And I guess she has a reason for it. She wants to talk about it so that she can mention the fact that she gets yeast infections when she's pregnant. Now, she definitely does look pregnant, in her face, her stomach somewhat, after having multiple children, a lot of times you get stretching and whatnot in your stomach, so it doesn't necessarily go completely flat. But one thing that I wanted to mention about Peach was um, the fact of her talking about the fact that she just had a miscarriage. She said that she miscarried twins. Now, I didn't see her do a video about this, but I did see information about that. Another individual talked about it as well as on her channel. Her mentioning this. And so she said a couple of months ago that she had miscarried twins. And then she started doing all of these weird videos, showing that her stomach was bigger and her stomach is growing. And then she began to talk about these yeast infections. And then she says that she's pregnant, and that she gets a lot of yeast infections when she's pregnant. So I guess the purpose was to build up to that, create anticipation, talk about something that's going to get other people talking, and then, bring it to a close with the ultimate information that she wanted us to have, which is that she is pregnant. Okay, great. Peach is pregnant. So, with that being the case, I really feel like she could have found another way to talk about it. I mean, yeast infections is just really not something that you want to talk about, especially now. A lot of times, first of all, she's a smart girl. And then a lot of times, she'll put information out. And when she's putting the information out, um, she's actually, um, hey, Tea Time, and hey, oh, I thought that was another comment. I'm sorry. But yeah, when she puts information out, I guess she has a buildup that she's trying to do. So, that's the thing that was going on here. But the thing about it was, she said that 2 months ago that she had a miscarriage. And let's be honest, she looks about 4 to 5 months pregnant. So, the math ain't math when it comes to that. If you had a miscarriage 2 to 3 months ago, let's just say 4 months at this point, um, I would think that you would need some healing time, first of all, before you go and start back, you know, procreating with the spouse. Another thing that she mentioned with this, all of these posts about having yeast infections was that she can't get it from her husband. But the fact is, a yeast and any type of bacteria can be introduced into a woman's body from a man who is a carrier. Um, that's just the truth. I'm not going to go into graphic detail as to how. Anybody who knows anything about, how sex works, you can pretty much figure that one out. So I don't necessarily have to tell you that. But like I said, um, Peach either is not being dishonest. Being honest about the fact that she miscarried 2 months ago, or maybe about the pregnancy now. I'm not quite sure one of them, but something in this mix is not what it seems to be. She did not. There's no way she could have miscarried 2 to 4 months ago and then be as far along as she appears now, because this summer when her and her husband was doing all the dancing and stuff, she definitely did not have a stomach the same size as it is now. It is very well developed, I'm just going to say, for a person that could be 1 or 2 months pregnant. Now, she did mention that she would not be publicizing whatever about the pregnancy. Quite frankly, I don't believe her, because let's be honest about it. One of the things that made Peach go viral was the fact of breastfeeding, uh, publicly being very open about breastfeeding where the hell ever, pulling the boob out and making it do what it do. These are the things that kind of got her attention. A lot of people are very upfront about breastfeeding. They think it's no big deal, which it is. It is no big deal, and it is great to breastfeed anywhere. But you don't necessarily have to put all of your business out there, to breastfeed. You just don't. As you guys come in, if you will, please hit the like button. You know that it helps the algorithm and helps our channel. I think I spelled that wrong. But anyway, like I said, when it comes to Peach, there's definitely some misinformation somewhere. Is either she never was pregnant and had a miscarriage, or she did and it was further back than she says it is, and she's pregnant now several months along. She waited probably to the second trimester before she mentioned it because of the fact that she had just miscarried. Now that would make sense, but obviously if she doesn't show us an ultrasound or tell us how far along she is herself, we're definitely not going to know the exact details. But we do know, I mean, we have enough common sense to know there's no way that Peach just miscarried a couple of months ago and is 3-4 months along. She looks 5 to 6 months pregnant with um more tummy, because as your stomach expands and then contracts back in, the more you do that, you usually end up with some excess stretchy belly or maybe even excess skin. So as you get big again, at the bottom of your stomach, you may see that little fupa hang, or your skin on your stomach will be real loose. And let's be honest, that's why a lot of moms have mommy makeovers. As a matter of fact, that's one of the things that Mahogany from the Jacksons of Atlanta said that she was going to do, have a mommy makeover, because of that very reason, all that extra skin, and not to mention carrying two sets of twins. So that's something that she definitely said that she plans on doing. So I think, with the combination of extra skin and being far along pregnant is why Peach's stomach kind of looks like it is. Because, I mean, some people just have big stomachs, and then some people, are pregnant, but she looks like she has a combination of the two. So, um, you know, like I said, we came live so we could discuss this, but that's my 2 cents. So if you guys want to put something in on that, you are definitely welcome to do so. Hey, Jasmine. Hey, Jasmine. Welcome to the chat. We are talking about Peach McIntyre, and we're talking about her likelihood of being pregnant after miscarrying twins, is what she said. So that's what we were discussing here, the likelihood of her doing that or no. And with her maybe or maybe not doing so, how, there's no way she could have miscarried 2 to 3 months ago and then, be as far along as she is. Because she looks, like I said, at least anywhere between 4 to 6 months, depending on what she's carrying now. I also mentioned that because of the fact that she's gained a little weight, it does look like she also has, some extra stretchy skin there. I mean, she's been pregnant 6 to 7 times. So depending on, the details, yeah, that's, we're not sure what's possible there or not. But anyway, but yeah, that's what we were talking about. In this live, we're going to be discussing Peach. We're going to discuss my Jazzy Life. We're going to discuss Live Life as well. And then we're going to discuss the Jacksons of Atlanta. But that's what I wanted to bring up about Peach McIntyre. The fact that, she said that she miscarried twins and then saying that she's pregnant. And all of this talk about yeast infections. Yeah, you're right. Some of these people do take their storylines too far. And quite frankly, I don't know if Peach is being honest or not, but everything that she said could have happened, but it definitely didn't happen how she said it happened. So that's the thing about it. Now, me personally, I don't know of Peach to be someone that's dishonest. So, I'm not going to say that, oh, she's probably being dishonest, definitely, but I know her timeline ain't working out the way that it definitely can be based on the information that she put out there. So I will say that. So, I mean, we'll just have to see how everything breaks down, and we're going to just have to go from there, basically. Um, so, next, I want to talk about my Jazzy Life. Let's bring my Jazzy on up in here. So, I watched all through December as Jazz went through the back and forth argument with her mom. I watched as she went through the back and forth argument with Strong Mommy Chrissy on into the end of the month, where she started having issues with Medusa, her boyfriend's little girl's mother. Now, this is my thing. I'm just going to keep it 100 here. Let me, I want to pull this picture in. I don't know, y'all. When I first looked at that picture of Medusa Gotti, and I looked at the picture, I looked at Jasmine, and I'm just perplexed. And I'm perplexed because I just can't. Let me first of all say this. I mean, I've dated all kind of men. We all probably have. If you have some age on you, um, if you were at least 24, 25 or older, you probably dated a few guys. So, I mean, yeah, you can like different people for different reasons. But it was just weird to me that a guy who would find um Jazz attractive. She's a girly girl to me, although a lot of people like to use the fact that she played basketball and that she has bigger arms and things of this nature. um they kind of use it as to try to insult her. And yes, her arms are big. And that's something that unfortunately she's never going to be able to live down. That's just going to be what it is. She has big arms, um, but she's still a girly girl from what I see here. Now, on the floor, she's a baller, but she's a girly girl. But at first, I was wondering, why did this girl call herself Medusa? Then I looked. Look at that. I mean, the snake earrings, the baby hair snake stuff. Like, she's very eccentric looking. She's very different looking. So to me, it's just weird that he would be attracted to both of them. Not that he cannot, and not that his desires cannot change, because he definitely can change at any point in time and desire whom he wants to desire. But I just found it interesting that he would be into um, Medusa and then turn around and be into Jazz. Regina, that the young lady that I just showed you, her name is Medusa Gotti. She's the baby mom of Chris, Jazz's boyfriend. Let me pull her up again. This is her right here. And so I just found it interesting that, they are such different people. And I just thought that it was weird that he would be interested in both of these individuals because they look very different. But I mean, that still doesn't mean anything. Like I said, as people grow, their desires change, and we can all like people for different reasons. But I just had to bring that up. She's very different looking, and because she is, I don't know, that's just one of the first things that came to mind when I looked at her. That she definitely looks different than Jazz, and wow, I found it interesting that he would be interested in the two of them. But nonetheless, it is what it is. So this is one of the things that uh, I thought about when I was looking at this situation with Jazz, Chris, and this girl. First of all, Jazz did a live not too long ago with another channel, Clayton Blend or something like that. And in this live, she mentioned, number one, that she would not be with a guy anymore who cheated, and that, she's very confident in knowing that Chris is going nowhere and that he is not going to cheat on her. So, from her being so confident about this, why is she acting so stalkerish and insecure with this young woman? I mean, she keeps mentioning, oh, well, this girl keeps mentioning me. Well, she may be mentioning you, but the fact is, we keep hearing you talk about her. I mean, I'm going to be honest with you. If I had a child um, with someone, and that person and their significant other was kind of out on a public platform consistently bringing up me or something about my child, I would definitely, especially if they're going to bring me the views, I will go ahead and take advantage of it myself as well. Especially now, I don't know who's telling the truth, but let Medusa, whatever her name, tell it. She alleges that Chris does not pay child support and he does nothing for the child. So if you already is not doing nothing for the child, why not start a channel? Why not take advantage of the views, and why not get money for the child that is not being taken care of? I mean, that goes without saying, in my opinion. If he's not going to do right by her, and you can find a way to get the money that you should already be getting from him, get it in the other way, which is taking advantage of the traffic that they keep bringing you. So I don't blame Medusa for starting to want to post on her channel, starting to make her channel visible, starting to take advantage of the traffic that is already coming and trying to get monetized and bringing money in the household to help her take care of her child. What's the problem with that? It's nothing wrong with that. Not only that, it seems like Jasmine is making the issue with this young lady that she shouldn't have a reason to have an issue with. It was so interesting that Jasmine wanted to jump her behind into the situation with Liv's life. And she wanted to say that Jerrod's girlfriend or fiance now should want to work with Liv. Okay, well then follow your own advice, little mama. You should be trying to work with Medusa. You should be contacting her, finding out what needs to happen in order for that child to be in his father's life. Because as his woman, it is your responsibility to maintain the home and to care for his children. If you're going and trying to move toward marriage with Chris as a wife, those are wifely duties. You take care of the home and you take care of the children. So if there's kids on the outside of the home, they're a part of your home. So do what you do, boo. That's your job. You wanted to sit there and have so much to say when it came to Liv's life. You wanted to have so much to say when it came to some business that wasn't yours, saying what she need to do, and you gonna reach out to her like you somebody in a situation, which you are completely not. So you want to speak about it, be about it, little mama. Go ahead and reach out to Medusa. Talk to this young lady. Find out what needs to happen in order for Chris to be able to see his child on a regular basis and co-parent. You claim that you and Philip have such a great co-parenting relationship. So if you can get along with his girlfriend and allegedly got along with his other baby moms while you were with him, why you can't do it now? You're right. Not only is she childish, Mimi, she's childish and she petty as hell. She's not who she said she was. I mean, she proved that to me by how she handled not paying me my money back after she didn't post me. She is. She's all about herself. She's all about um, what she feels is right and how she wants things to look. And that's why she doesn't like Medusa. She has no reason to dislike this young lady. She's got a child with Chris, but that was way before her time. She ain't even been with Chris 3 years, and I believe their child is 10 years old. Chris has two baby mothers other than her because she's not a wife, she's a baby mother too. Now, when she was with Philip, he had 6 kids on her. While they were together, he fathered 6 kids outside of the household. Now, I don't know how many baby moms that made, but, like I said, he fathered 6 kids. But Chris has a set of twins by one baby mom, and then he has a little girl by this lady here, Medusa. Let me pull her picture up again. This is Medusa. That's Medusa. Medusa Gotti, she calls herself. And she has a little girl with Chris. Now, like I said, she wants to act like she just want Medusa to keep her name out of her mouth. Sweetie, you are on a public platform. Who cares who's talking about you? You already think that all press is good press. All press brings dollars to your pocket. So since that's the case, let them talk, baby. If you was focused on your job as a mother, your job as a homemaker, your job as a YouTuber, and your job as a woman to your man, you wouldn't have time to really be worried about what was going on and who's talking about you. All you need to do is try to communicate in a positive way with that lady. And honestly, you shouldn't even be, even if she is talking about you. Honey, they talked about Jesus. Who are you? So don't worry about what they saying. Just worry about what you saying and what you doing. I mean, and that's really, that is what it is. Now, she has been back and forth having several conversations about Medusa, about the situation, about uh, saying the things that this young lady is saying about Chris is a lie. First of all, she don't know what's true and what's not true because she hadn't even taken the time to carry on any kind of conversation with the young lady to know what's the truth. She just going by what Chris say. And honey, folks, everybody lie. Even you, especially you, from what people say about you. So, I mean, honestly, that's stupid of her to even jump in that. What she needs to do is stay in her corner and mind her business because whatever's going on with Chris and this young lady, she has not put child support on him. She seems to, just be okay with whatever is going on. She chose not to talk to Chris. She's went on about her business. So let it be what it is. If she comes up and says whatever, you deal with that with your boyfriend and then you go on about your business. My thing is, you got too many doggone kids to be worried about while you up here trying to be all talking about what she's saying and what she's bringing to the table, and you want her name out your mouth. You don't control nobody but the people that live in your home. And hell, half the time she can't control them. They've been complaining about, folks have been complaining about her daughter's hair, Kaylin, since her birthday. She just got her hair done. And I'm going to be honest with you. Kaylin got her hair braided by someone else. And then Jasmine did Amaya's hair. My thing is, Amaya's hair looked better than damn Kaylin's hair did. So if she'll stop being lazy and do her damn child's hair, if she spent the time doing the stuff that she need to do, she really wouldn't have to worry about anything on the outside because she wouldn't have time for it. What you say? Get them payments ready. I mean, heck, you about right though. She might need to get those child support payments ready because um she aggravate this girl enough, she can definitely go put child support on Chris. And whether he working or not, we don't know. He clearly in the streets because his ass ain't never home. So she might have to mess around and pay if he get put on it. Now, I was watching another reaction channel, and she mentioned Medusa because at first Medusa would say, "Oh, I'm not watching her. I'm not this or that. I'm not worried about Jazz." But then she mentioned, "Oh, I'm gonna keep my eye on her and make sure that she's not talking about me." It's almost like Jazz has mentioned this girl so much now. It's like they got beef with each other. They really don't have a reason to have beef, but it's like they do. I mean, because it's almost like Jazz was stalking her, consistently talking about it. My thing is, if you so confident with your man, why you care about any other chick? It really isn't something that you should even be wasting your time with. Like I said before, Jazz almost stalks the girl. But the fact of Medusa, she kind of switching up now. She's kind of trying to push people to her YouTube channel. She's, posting more. It looks like she may be now trying to take advantage of, like I said, the traffic that they are already bringing to her. Honestly, I don't think it's a bad idea because she got more followers than me and she doesn't even really do anything to constitute a channel. She put up a couple of videos telling her side of the story with Chris some time ago. And from that, she got over 3,000 people that follow her. Now, that's 3,000 people paying attention. So, all she really has to do at this point is live her life, tell what she has going on in her life. She really don't have to mention anything. Everybody know that her child is by Chris. They're going to care because Jasmine's always trying to talk about him in a positive way. Although we all feel like, a lot of the stuff that she's saying is not true. But really, Medusa could just live her life over there and take advantage of what comes to her. Look at what Philip did. Soon as Philip got out of jail, the next thing you know, he got a channel. Heck, he get just about as much viewership as Jasmine do, as big as her channel is. And after she's been on this social media platform for over 10 years. That was smart of him. He didn't have to do anything. He just took the traffic that was sure to come because Jasmine's already on a public platform. And you right, Mimi. Jasmine is very insecure because if she wouldn't even get this girl to sit up here and talk about her and not say her name, but everybody know you talking about her is dumb as hell. Fool, we know who you talking about. It don't matter if you say her name because we know her name. We know who she is and we know exactly where she is. So the fact of you talking about her is going to give her viewership because soon as you say something, everybody who's vested in this conversation is going to run over there and see what she got to say about what you just said. And all she got to do is sit back, get monetized, and take the money. That's easy. That's easier than a job. And people are nosy by nature. They want to see what's going on. They already see all the train wrecks that Jasmine keep bringing to the surface. She doesn't have to, nobody's perfect. And she doesn't have to live her life perfect. All she has to do is keep her dirt and her mess off of social media and just have a channel. And then that would be fine. But she actually did I want to say either a live or a video the other day with the kids going back to school. And she was talking about staying away from negativity. But the fact of the matter is, she is the biggest negativity. Hey, Tea Time. Hey, Southside Butterfly. Welcome, both of you. Come on in and give us your 2 cents, Southside. We over here right now. We discussing my Jazzy Life. Prior to now, we discussed Peach, and after this, we're going to discuss Liv's life. But we're talking about my Jazzy Life, the fact that she continuously brings up Chris's baby's mom. We are also talking about the fact of the back and forth of the baby mom. And now it seems like the baby mom has decided to take advantage of the traffic that Jasmine is bringing her. She's starting to try to send people to her YouTube page. She's probably planning on monetizing because she already has over 3,000 followers. All she's got to do is start posting and getting the watch time. And quite frankly, Jasmine is teaching her the playbook of how to get watch time by causing drama. Just go back and forth arguing with her over the next 2 weeks. She'll have watch hours. And if Chris ain't paying child support, she ain't. I mean, all she got to do is keep beefing with Jasmine. She'll get the money that way. And quite frankly, why wouldn't she take free money? She'd be a fool. She would be crazy not to take advantage of the money that Jazz is sending her just by going back and forth and consistently mentioning her name. And when she talks about Chris, Jasmine can't tell this young lady what her experience is with Chris. Her experience is what it is. It really is not her business outside. You right. Whatever Jazz has going on with Chris is what Jazz and Chris got going on. Whatever Chris has going on with his baby's mother is between the baby mom and him. Jasmine needs to play her position and worry about keeping home good to go. Make sure it's peaceful. Make sure there's no drama. And he don't want to go nowhere because he's not married to her. the proof that he'll walk out on a child is right here because he's not in this little girl's life. So Jasmine don't have nothing special holding this man in. So mind your business. Play your role. If you're insecure, work on that. Whatever reasons you are insecure, work on fixing that. And take care of home. Hell, let the streets be in the streets. Honey, Mimi, what you say, honey? I sure would too. Why not? That's free money. Free money. And let's be honest. If Jazz keeps talking about the girl, people keep consistently going over there. She keep going back and forth on the same conversations and continuing the conversations. What's going to happen? More and more people are going to come. All the people in the mommy sector are going to start getting suggested her channel, and she's going to continue to grow. And so is her money. Jasmine don't have no real channel structure. She just on YouTube. People have started watching her for whatever reason, and she's still just on YouTube. So what would that mean? That just means that she's giving this young lady the playbook. No, she didn't say Jazz the man is pretending to like Medusa is even. I haven't seen that one, Southside. I didn't know she was pretending to like the girl because she always has stuff to say. I want her to keep her name out, keep my name out her mouth, blah blah blah. Honey, girls have several seats. It's crazy. It really is. I don't either. I think that Jazz should just be quiet. She needs to figure out a structure for her channel and work on beefing it up because every mama that comes into this section of YouTube pushes her right on down. It's enough mothers out here that can give us good content. The only thing that we can see from her is a morning, evening, a clean with me, which I ain't seen one of them in forever, and her sitting on YouTube with some type of bull crap drama. That's all she do. Yeah, Southside. I mean, and that's how it can be. Now, some men will want you to be involved, especially if you're a real mother to the child. You're going to probably have some interaction with the mother, and honestly, that's the best ideal situation. And let's keep it real too. Keep it if you feel like that you may have a reason to watch this woman, honey. Keep your friends close and your enemies closer. But the bottom line is, you just another a bonus mom for the baby. I don't know why women always want to have an issue. And then the thing about it is, if you are insecure about the relationship that you have with your man, or if you're insecure, period, the last thing you should do is let people know outside of your, friend structure or whatever. Nobody should know how insecure you are. Jazz wears that crap all over her face. And you're right. Jasmine got a lot of her followers. She got a lot of her money and everything riding on Chrissy's back. Chrissy is the one who had the structure. Jazz will just copy. But the thing is, okay, so you're not friends with Chrissy no more. I really believe that's why she be so mad about her relationship with Chrissy, because she know a lot of her money came from there, and she worried about that. If you a smart chick, what you will start doing is go look at all these mommies. Go look at all the mommy sector. What are women doing? What is it that you can take from this channel to implement over here to make you look good? And vice versa. Yes, Medusa is now calling Jazzy Big Slime. I don't know what the deal is with these two, but now it's just I mean, at this point, it's a beef now. Regina, if you mean Jazz, yeah, Jazz is just on YouTube. She'll do a morning routine, an evening routine. Honey, you've been on YouTube for 10 years. At this point, everybody know your damn routine. Show something else. Show an evening with Aiden, an evening with Amaya, an evening with Kaylin, an evening with what's the other little baby? Ava. You know, do individual things with him. Do projects once a week with your kids. Take them somewhere once every 2 weeks, and once every 3 months, maybe go out of town or do a free trip. Go park it. I mean, camping in the backyard. It's so much she could do with them kids. If she spent the time doing that, and maybe once a month, her and Chris went out and did whatever. Now, the question I got, Chris seems to have a pretty decent sized family. Where the hell are these folks at? We saw all these people get these kids Christmas gifts and stuff. Where is little legendaries folks? I ain't never seen but one time somebody ever kept him in a whole year. That's when they went out of town for the little birthday trip. And that girl had a whole basketball team. One thing I know is every kid on my daughter's basketball team was my child. To this day, my daughter travels out the country once a year with at least 1 to 3 of those girls. The fact that she don't have any friends and she has no one in her life, that's something big to be said about her. It's something about her to where she messes up her relationships. I can attest to that because she messed up our relationship. She doesn't, do what's needed to cultivate the relationship. So that's going to be an issue when it comes to any type of relationship. Even with Chris, how you gonna keep it, honey? Having sex with a man is not gonna keep him because the best. A guy once told me the best sex I had was the last sex I had. He said you can't remember who you was with last week or last month or last year. He said the best sex I had is the last sex I had. So I take that to mean that with some men, being with you per se might not even be special. It's just sex to them. So we could say that about this guy with her. I mean, how has she made anything different? Here we are 2 years in, and he ain't even been able to maintain the truck that he had. It's done somehow disappeared from what people say. I mean, there's nothing that she could say that she has today that she had 5 years ago. So it's something about her that she consistently messes up or something to that nature when it comes to relationships and different things. That means something very significant. There's nothing wrong with that South Side, and that's what worked for y'all. Hey Santana, welcome to the chat. Exactly, Regina. She definitely needs to find other things to do to not only grow as a person, grow as a family, but also grow as a channel. Well, you're right about that South Side. I mean, and that could be what the problem is. It could be the fact that she does use and she doesn't know how to have a real relationship. Well, my advice to her is she better figure it the hell out. Because if she can't figure it out and they figure her out, everybody gonna leave. Kids included. Nobody wants to be used. And that's just what it is. Nobody wants to be used. So let's switch gears. Let's go over here to let's go over here and talk about Liv's life for a minute. Let's pull her up real quick. Let me make sure. Let me look at my notes real quick and make sure there's nothing else about Jazz that I wanted to talk about. Oh, that is one more thing. Let me pull Jazz back up real quick. I want y'all to tell me what y'all think. Do y'all think she's pregnant? Because she did a live the other day and she was talking about her hands cramping when she was braiding her daughter's hair. She said that when she gets pregnant, she has a lot of problems with her hands. So, what do you guys think? Do you guys think that she's pregnant? That that's what she was really trying to tell us, or what? Now, she said that, but then 2 days later, she's on a treadmill trying to walk. So I don't really know. I don't know what to think. I did put up a little thing, I guess, mentioning Jazz saying she's pregnant, but the fact is, tell me what you guys think. Also, another thing that I mentioned, and this might have been a little petty of me, but I did put it on here. I find it interesting that Jazz is always home. And let's be honest, her house isn't really dirty. I can't say that she doesn't leave dishes out. I can't say that she doesn't leave clothes out for long periods of time, but for the most part, it's somewhat tidy. I say that to say this. How the heck this girl got roaches? I mean, for real. You know what, Mimi, you're probably right. Chris seems like a user. And he may not even be a user. I've seen people use folks who weren't users, but the thing is, when you throw something in a person's face consistently, they gonna take advantage of it. I mean, we all human. You throw something, she liked him, she wanted him, she gave him something he wanted, so he took it. To to me, that ain't even using a person. And then I guess she getting out of it what she wants, somebody to make babies with. Cause that seems like all she know how to do is make kids. And you say she was trolling, she ain't pregnant. And the fact that she wanted to start working out, I kind of believe you. Who eating 20 tacos? Okay, now see, Southside, I haven't seen all of that. I watch some of her videos. I don't watch every last one, and I very rarely see videos when she honestly, I think the most thing I see of her is the lives. I don't think I really have seen videos since I stopped working with her. And you say the roaches came from the apartment. Now you know what? And if you now I know she's been in that house at least 2 years because I've been shipping to her at the same address for over 2 years. So, and I know I haven't shipped to her in at least a year. So if she still got bugs from there, she nasty as hell for real. Yeah, she is. I don't like. Now let me say this. I don't think it's nothing wrong if your subscribers choose to um give something to you and you allow them to do that. I don't think that that's wrong. But the fact that every time something goes on in her life, she expect cash app, she expect all this stuff, I think it's trifling. I think that is trifling. It just is. Child, y'all is a fool. What 100? Who eating 100 wings now? Who is eating 100? Yeah. See, I didn't see all of that, so I'm gonna have to start paying extra attention. I look, but I don't be paying attention. Now, that's another thing I want to address too before I move on from her. She said something about not wanting something from reactors about whoever Erica is, somebody named Erica. First of all, Erica is such a common name. I thought that was stupid that she didn't want to give her son a toy because it was from somebody named Erica. You don't know who the hell that Erica is. It's no address on there. It's no email. I mean, there's no differentiating factor that made you know for sure who that Erica was. It just said from Erica. That's number one. Number two, um, you already was begging. You already put a wish list out there. You did a whole video so that your subscribers would know you had a wish list and had the nerve to say that you wasn't gonna give your child that toy. I thought that was the most dumb shit, girl. Oh Lord. I mean, I don't even know. I just thought that just amazed me. That to me, it was like that just took it to a new low for me. I said she is I don't even know. Everybody has such negative things to say about her. Y'all know that I worked with her for several years, and I just didn't see any of that. She didn't act like that to me. So, now I'll be honest, I didn't frequent and watch all her videos. I wasn't an avid watcher like that. You know, we did our videos. I seen this and that. I seen a lot of her Instagram posts, but I didn't see a whole lot of videos. Other than the videos that I was collabed in and maybe here and there, it was not really something that I saw all the time. So, with that, um, I really couldn't say, um, as definitive what was going on. So, but anyway, I just wanted to ask y'all, and that's right, Mimi, beggars cannot be choosy. And, if your subscriber chooses to gift you, then fine. But to expect, she should have more pride than that. My thing is, you get free stuff for your house, you get free stuff in brand deals. Why are you needing to, you get, I mean, you get clothes for you, because she still wears my clothes to this day. Over 50% of the stuff that she wear came from me. Even stuff that I didn't even know I gave her, she get. And then, she had other little stuff too, like swimsuits and different things I've seen her have as well. So most of her clothes are gifted. The only thing that she really has to buy is for her kids. Why the heck don't this girl ever have no money? Like, it just defies all comprehension to me. Honey, I don't know why she think Erica's a racist, but I don't know. Cause she's slow. I mean, I don't know what else to say. Cause she definitely does not present like a racist to me in any way, shape, form, or fashion. Not to mention she a minority herself. You say they don't have any pride, and that might be what it is. Yeah, she still wears clothes from Kush. Which, let me go ahead and do a shameless plug. The entire Kush website is liquidating. I am everything on the site except t-shirts are 50% off. And for you guys, I'm gonna let y'all know tomorrow until Sunday, everything on the Kush website is going to be 65% off. I'm just trying to liquidate everything that's there. All the new things that we didn't do, because I didn't do Black Friday this year. I didn't do my Cyber Monday sale, but I still have all the inventory. All of that stuff. As we photograph it, we're going to put it on the site. Most of it's loungewear, everyday wear. All of that stuff is also going to be 65% off as it posts. So anybody that wears size 1X or above, you definitely should want to take advantage. If you guys haven't had the opportunity, if you will, hit that like button for me on the way in or out. Either way is fine. Child, what you say? I used to live in Pensacola too. Remember I told you that, Mimi? And honey, you had to go all up and through Alabama, coming back and forth from Georgia to Pensacola. I've met some too. I've been in situations to where I was scared to stop down there. And honestly, I'm gonna be honest with you, it's not that somebody said or did something. It was just because I knew where I was and I was very conscious of the people down there. Now you'll get some looks and stuff, but just even with that. So I've met racists as well. She don't like people to have negative things to say about her. And for the life of me, a lot of these young ladies who do social media, especially YouTube, have the nerve to think that you're not supposed to have nothing to say. Honey, that Jacksons of Atlanta, they about the worst of the worst when it comes to that. Exactly, Southside. Exactly. Exactly. I remember I was riding through there going home late one night with my kids, and I was so sleepy. But every time I got sleepy, I realized I just left Montgomery, Alabama, on my way down 85, and it was like, girl, you got about 2 more hours. Do you need to pull over? And every time I thought about, girl, you in Alabama, you got two black babies. Honey, I kept rolling. I just couldn't do it. I really could not do it. I couldn't. But anyway, let's go ahead and shift over. Let's talk about Miss Liv's life for a moment. Let me pull her back up on the screen. It's gonna be interesting seeing where things go with Jazz, especially uh, if she's pregnant. But I don't know. I'm starting to think she's not either. But anyway, let's talk about Olivia. So I haven't seen Olivia's post recently up until today. Olivia. Oh, too funny too. You about right though, cause it seems like she lie about everything. This girl, sometimes I can't even watch her because her voice is even just so annoying to me. Cause she just acts. Now, this is a young lady, in my opinion, who definitely feels, although she doesn't do a lot of begging, not as bad as that girl, but it's just the entitlement for me. I mean, I guess she can't escape that Karen in her. I don't know, but it's just a sense of entitlement that she has that is just too much for me. Now, I know recently she had the altercation in the mall with uh, her kid's stepmom, and I'm gonna go ahead and call her stepmom because that's basically what she's being. The stepmom sister. So she had the altercation with the stepmom sister. Then she turns around, talks all this trash. The first video that she posts to her social media. Then the next day, she goes and posts another video talking about she was scared. All she could think about is she had her baby. If the girl hit her, her baby would fall on the floor. I mean, she really went left with it. She said her kids were scared and crying and so on and so forth. So the next thing you know, you start seeing different reactors talking about documentation, which some people just love getting documentation from this girl. It's like one girl got a whole channel based on documentation from Olivia. And we hear Olivia when it put a no contact order on Jerrod. Now, my thing is, Jerrod, he's not the person who approached you. He's not the person who you were yelling with. Like, it ain't that they said Jerrod and such. She put a no contact order just on Jerrod. My question is why? Why Jerrod? It's like whoever is giving this young lady advice is dumb. And she's more dumb because she sits up and listens to what they talk about. Why on earth are you putting a no contact order on Jerrod? In my opinion, she must have thought that because she had physical custody at that time of those kids, that if an altercation happened and he is named in the altercation, that it would automatically make the judge leave the kids where they were. Now, why on earth she would think that is stupid because it's a whole court order in place. But the fact that he is named in another court proceeding and it dealt with violence. Maybe that's what she was thinking about. That's the only thing that I could think of. Now, the video I saw today of Olivia, it was her during the Christmas time. She was, buying the gifts from the kids and different things of this nature. I don't know if I just have different expectations or what, but it's just weird to me what I see in these young ladies. And what I mean by that is if you consistently post on YouTube, even at this point, they have a pretty decent following. Even if the stuff that they're posting is not even the greatest content, they should still be making $2,000 to $3,000 a month. They should be able to do that, especially with over 30, 40,000 followers. Now, if they can't, I don't know what to say about that. That's perplexing to me. Why are these young ladies always acting so destitute? Because even Olivia, she went to Toys for Tots for her kids. Now, first of all, I know Jerrod probably took care of home. So they had a good Christmas at home. Then she went and bought a lot of things. She bought Uggs. If you got money to buy Uggs and all of these things, why are you taking from Toys for Tots when other kids whose mothers and fathers can't do? That's what that's for. It's not for you to just take advantage because you can. And honestly, I think that when these young ladies post things like that something should be reported or done about that. Like YouTube should have some kind of project to where, when y'all see these moms taking advantage of people or see moms taken from nonprofit organizations and they really are making the money that they should need it, I feel like YouTube should either take the money out of their checks, or I just feel like something should be done because there are so many kids who really need help. And with that being the case, here you are taking from a needy child. And I think that's wrong. I just do. I don't know. Tell me what you guys think. I think it's wrong that she go to Toys for Tots knowing that she had enough money to buy a decent amount of toys for her kids. She has a home. She has, work and everything. And she shouldn't be in a position that she should be getting cut off or anything, which I can't really say for certain because, rent can really be expensive. At one time, I know the last apartment that Jasmine had, she told me she was paying $1,800 a month. That's a lot of money. I know I wouldn't have even took the apartment. I know 18. It's no apartment nowhere, in my opinion, um, that I've ever lived that's worth 1,800 to me. Not when I could stay somewhere just as nice for cheaper. 1,800, that's a lot of money. Okay, it's a 3-bedroom. Now, when I lived in Augusta, that's the last apartment that I lived in. I had a 4-bedroom, 3-bath apartment, and it was not even $1,200. It wasn't. It was right at 1,000. So the fact of these young ladies out here, uh, you know, taking resources from people who really need, I just think that that's awful. Okay, hold on. Southside, I just seen a post you made. Who are we talking about? You said that somebody is okay. Scratch that. I know who you're talking about because you said colorist. I know who you're talking about. Now, I found it interesting that she says things to her kids about like um, today I saw a video that she did. She was talking to her son, and she said something about dang, I forgot what she was saying. Whatever the case is, it was something almost to the fact of them being something having to do with his race, and I guess the fact that she's his mom. Now, I want to say this, and I'm not saying it to be rude, mean, ugly, any of that. To me, her kids don't look mixed. I'm just gonna keep it real. She look mixed. Her kids, they don't look mixed. Not to me, you know. And they just don't. Yeah, Regina, you right. That is greed. She already had enough to get her kids, but then she went to Toys for Tots and took more from that program when that could have helped other kids. That is greed. It's greed. What do you guys think about this whole issue with Olivia and the fight situation? Because they are supposed, as a matter of fact, tomorrow is the 6th. They're supposed to have court tomorrow. So with them having court tomorrow, my understanding was that Olivia was told to get an attorney and appear. She did put a no contact order on him, but they've already removed the no contact order. When he did whatever paperwork he did, he told them where to go get the video so that it could be seen what happened in the altercation. Not only that, he told them that he wanted his children who are in his custody to be returned, which she had to the next day to return the kids. I'm not sure if she did it or not, but it was said that she was supposed to have them returned by 6 p.m. the next day, instead of her getting to keep them, which so she ended up screwing herself because they had to cut her visitation short. Yeah, you're right, Mimi. I mean, they really don't look anything like her. I mean, it don't even look like she had nothing to do with them. Now that last baby looks like her. Now I know that she said that something about the baby may have had Down syndrome, and everybody feels like that may be why she's not showing the baby. I really don't know, but at this point, I don't even care to see the child, but I just find it interesting. She almost acts like that baby doesn't exist when it comes to the others. She acts so lost without the others. And I don't know if that's about the kids or if that's about trying to have a level of control in Jerrod's life. I feel like it has to do with the guy. I don't deny, and I do feel that she loves her children. I just feel like number one, she really don't care where they are. I mean, what I mean by that is if she can't have the man, I think she's okay with not having them every day. But she still feels like she can use those kids as manipulation tools against that guy. And I think she's having a hard time realizing that, oh my God, this may not work for me. Like I may not have control over him the way I always have had. And that's what it just really seems like. And you are right, it is a soap opera because it's absolutely ridiculous. But it's also unfortunate because those kids are just being, she really loved her kids. She would not bring the drama to them. Anything that she had going on, she would make sure those kids wasn't around. But the fact of the arguing in the mall and all the back and forth and having to meet this man at the airport and all this crazy crap that continues to go on, calling the police to their house, pulling up at their house, all of this mess that this girl is doing to me is happening around her children. And the fact that she don't care about that, she really don't. Um, I don't think she cares the way she says she does. And that's sad for her. It really is. So, what do you guys think about this? Do you think that she may end up getting in trouble behind the lie that she told? Because she never filed the no contact order on Antonisha or the sister. She only filed it on Jerrod. And I think that's because she thought it would help her. Now that it didn't help her, and she must have lied on the documentation that put the TRO in place. I'm thinking by them asking her to get an attorney, she may be in a little trouble. What do you guys think? I do realize some people may see this after the fact, and if that's the case, tell me what you guys think in the comments. I definitely check my comments and respond to all the comments made on my channel. Also, guys, if you will, um, hit that like button for me. Hit that like button for me. We we've been on here for about an hour, so I am gonna cut it short. Yeah, I think so too, Regina. They did ask her to get an attorney and appear tomorrow, which is the 6th, with her attorney. And she had to return the children. She said something apparently in the documentation that made them put a temporary restraining order on Jerrod, but then it was taken off. Now, on the documentation that he presented, he put where the altercation happened, who was all there, the people that was with him was testifying on his behalf, and not only that, he told where the camera footage was available so that they could see it. So within days, they had removed the TRO from him, and they still did a hearing for tomorrow. And she's supposed to appear tomorrow with her attorney. And I agree with you. I think that's going to be a problem. I think it is. So we're going to reconvene talking about her after the fact. So we can, figure out what happens, let all the chips fall, and then we'll go from there. Now, one thing I did want to make note, and I put this on my notes, when she does have her 3 kids, she doesn't seem like she's a bad mom. Now, of course, I wasn't watching her when she had Zolo in the house and whatever was going on there that took them to court. It's just hard from looking at the little isolated things that I see. It's hard to see it from the aspect of what made the judge make the decision that he did. Now, I do understand something having to do with a drug test and she would not retake it. So maybe that was the determining factor, because obviously kids, they don't want your, children in an unsafe home with someone who, number one, don't test or won't test. So that's definitely something, you know, something to think about there. Okay, and our last subject today, like I said, we'll go ahead and we're gonna continue to watch Live Life channel and see what she got going on there, and also see what comes of the case once they go to court, because it's definitely gonna make it to social media. Anything dealing with the courts, I believe somebody probably has a Pacers account because they easily pull up every document about this girl. It's almost sad, actually. But yeah, they pull up just about every document dealing with her, or and every document dealing with her and Jerrod has been put out here, and been discussed very heavily. So I know they're gonna pull up this case for sure, because I don't know, the fact that she's so comfortable lying on documentation is almost uncomfortable in itself. So it's going to be interesting to see what comes of that. But let's move on over to the Jacksons of Atlanta. So guys, I haven't seen but one video since the last time I did talk about them. Hold on. Oh, you said you think it was the drugs. You know, if she was just too sorry to go and take a test or too scared to take the test because she was scared of what would come up, that's really unsmart for her. And it's unfortunate that she didn't care enough about her kids to stay off drugs long enough to take a doggone drug test. Now, I don't know the ins and outs of all of that because I don't do drugs, but I mean, she could have waited some period of time so that that stuff would be out of her system and just do what she had to do. So the fact that she didn't is it's really unfortunate, and it's sad for her children that she didn't care enough to make the effort. So now let's talk about the Jacksons of Atlanta. Now I'm going to tell you guys what's on the notes, and then you guys can just let me know what you think about what I wrote, and we can discuss from there. One of the things about them, I've noticed lately. I did a video recently. I haven't uploaded it yet, but it will be coming. And I just talked about all the pranks that they've done, and why they consistently keep doing the "what happened to my child," saying goodbye was hard type of stuff, and why they never have family around. I mean, we just went through Thanksgiving, which they did have a grandmother or somebody come for Thanksgiving. Then we go through Christmas. That was like the most horrible showing for Christmas for a channel, with their earning potential, in my opinion. And then I find it interesting that he's a so-called preacher, and I just say that because I mean it's not like I've seen some proof that he's a preacher, but yet they don't go to church. And the thing about it is, even with my Christmas, my uncle, my cousin, my other uncle, all preachers. I mean, this is like the family business. So every time there's a holiday, somebody from the church, past or present, is there. They become a part of your extended family, especially if you're the preacher. There's always going to be somebody at your house, um, you know, either from the church or from the church family or something like that. So, with that being the case, I just find it so interesting that they are so isolated. The kids never get to go outside. They don't have any local family, extended family, nothing. And the fact that they threaten people who do videos about them, I just think that's crazy. I mean, if you're on here to run your channel a certain way and you feel you're doing it right, why would you even care what anybody has to say? Why would you have um any type of content or any type of back talk or whatever for the people out here? Why do you care? I just think that's crazy. At the end of the day, run your channel according to how you run your channel. And if you feel okay with it, you shouldn't care what nobody have to say because they're going to talk anyway. Like I said, these people who have these channels feel so entitled to just pull the wool over people's eyes and not even have any type of respect at, you know, just taking what comes with that. Exactly. And the fact that they don't have anybody around these kids are completely not socialized. As a matter of fact, heck, the kids sometimes act like they don't even know who they are, which is I find kind of disturbing. I mean, those kids, sometimes they act foreign to them, like they haven't seen them in a while or something. It's just weird. Not a broke down David and Tamala man. Lord have mercy. And they are so cute together, that couple. Child, he don't even look like a David. Now, I'm gonna say this: Mahogany to me is very pretty. She seems to be very attentive and really like her man. Although I ain't gonna lie, I just be like, what in the world is this? Like, is she for real? But then you have to look at it, she said that she came from very meager beginnings and maybe he introduced her to something that she never had before. Sometimes that's enough to make you love somebody, depending on what they brought you from. And from her, she got a book out, I'm Not the Girl I Used to Be. So clearly, them meager beginnings, were really bad. I heard there may have been drugs involved and things of this nature. So, you know, you know what? If he's trying to act like Brown, he need to go back to his playbook because he got it all wrong. That man is very. I don't even know what to say. I mean, uh, I don't even know what to say. And how do you guys feel? Could you go to and attend a church of a pastor who had a OnlyFans? I mean, what do you guys think about that? Yeah, you're right about that. Like I said before, you can like all type of people. That's clearly how Chris got from a Medusa to the likes of a Jasmine. That's apples to oranges, and he clearly cares about both of them. So it must be some. I mean, it's some reason in the season. Yeah, I feel the same way. Well, I mean, you can do everything in the privacy of your home that you can do on OnlyFans. Now, let's be honest. I ain't even never been to the OnlyFans site, so I don't know what goes on over there. But whatever goes on over there, you best believe when it comes to the likes of me, I don't know. So I don't know what they do. They may not do nudity. They may, because some people don't. Some people just put up exclusive content for pay. And with that being the case, it's like, who are y'all doing these pictures for? Like, who is the audience here? If you have a family channel, your audience is family. Now, on Instagram, I don't know if those are the same people. And on OnlyFans, I don't know if those are the same people. But you either going to be what you think is a sex symbol, because, honey, he swear he's some kind of sexy. Now, she is a pretty girl. It just, he kind of takes her stock down a little bit, but that's neither here nor there. That's just a personal opinion because, we all got opinions. But whatever the case may be, it is what it is. I mean, it just is what it is. Wow. I didn't see a family photo. Let me go look at their channel. Let me go look at their Instagram. Maybe it's over there. Uh, the Jackson. Another thing that they put me in the mind of is Jasmine. Um, Mahogany seems very attentive to her babies until they get past the 1 year old stage. Then it's almost like the newness of them wears off, and then she goes on about her lovely way. Oh, you know what? I actually used that video, but I didn't know that's what you were referring to. I don't know what the deal is with these two. And the thing is, Christmas is about Jesus and Christmas is about the kids. So why are you showing your naked behind? Like, that's crazy. Hello, Teak. Welcome to the chat. That is true. Very true. Yep, that is so true. All of those gifts that they gave those kids in that video looked like they were gifted from Timu. It didn't look like they bought anything. And then the thing about it is, you have four boys, so you should have two of everything, because you have two of everything for the big twins and two of everything for the little twins, because everybody should get the same thing in their age bracket. No one should get a toy that they have to share with their twin. Like, that's crazy. And then I didn't even see anything for the little bitty baby. And then they have the little, they have the little baby. Um and it's like, if you just lost less than 6 months ago a twin to the little baby, there's no memorializing anything for him. Like, I don't know. I guess I'm still expecting too much out of these people, and I just need to go on and let it be what it is, because we'll never get anywhere with that. Yeah. Yeah, you're right. Their house is empty, and you don't want to, every time a baby needs something to eat, have to go to the store. So a lot of us have always said that that was a content house, and maybe it is a content house. But even as a content house, if you spend all day, every day in the content house, you should still have food there, because you got to make the content house work ready, and you allegedly have your kids there all day every day. So um you know and you know what, when you think about it, those kids did more moving around in the other house than they did there, so they may actually still live there, because they seemed more comfortable with those surroundings. And in this new house, it's you know it's just barely put together. And then they've been having furniture being brought in since September. It's doggone January, and they still ain't got the downstairs finished. And then, if this is your home, this is the dream home where you're raising your family, why wouldn't you do the bedrooms first? It's just y'all. It ain't like y'all ever have people over. So do your bedrooms first, then do your workspaces, and then finish out the rest of the house. I mean, that just seems to make sense, because this is where you're living and then earning. And then after that, you can lounge and all of these things. But it's just stupid how they handled all of that. And just, this is my personal opinion. I mean, like I said, we all have opinions, so others may not agree with what I have to say, but I just think it was kind of dumb. And then, if you live here, you get paid every 30 days. Why are you not taking your earnings and, letting your house grow with you? They are in their 20s, I know that. Somewhere between 24 and 28. I think they're like 25, 26, 27-ish. I'm not quite sure their exact age, but their oldest twins are 4, and I guess the baby twins are just turning 2. Yeah, correct. Yeah, 25 and 28. Hey, and welcome to the chat. But yeah, I think, like she said, mid 20s. But it's just very suspect how they run things. And being that they are members of a church, even if they're not the head pastors, they should definitely have an association. Most pastors, when they move from one city even to the next city, and most people who are very into their religious practices, they always find a home church everywhere they go. Even when I was in the military, when I left home, I was in church. So when I went into the military, we have a non-denominational church on base. I went to church because that was a part of my structure. Now my daughter made it over the holiday very apparent that, hey, as you got older, you started going to church less and less, and by the time we got older, we weren't really going to church. um the last time I went to church and took them with me, I went to a church, and the pastor there, it was a non-denominational church in Georgia, and the pastor came up to me and asked me to sing in front of the entire church, and it was just so scary and embarrassing at the same time. I have PTSD, so all eyes on me made me kind of freak out. And then the fact of I ain't no singer. So and then I couldn't say no. So I don't know, that experience just put me in a place that I just stopped going. And just unfortunately, it affected my family because that meant my kids didn't go. But um, nonetheless, the bottom line, like I said, um, um, when you are a part of a church structure, I mean, I still live the same life that I live. I actually started going to church online from there, and I'll be honest, I haven't done that even recently. But that's just an experience I have. But most people, however they are raised, they usually do not turn very far away from the home that raised them, the however they were raised. To be honest with you, I don't even remember. I mean, I don't remember what that was about, what was going on at the time, but for me, it was a lot. It was already bad that when we came in, the middle part of the church was filled, so we was at the very front of the side. And so he just walked up to me and he said, saying something. And I forgot if he was trying to make a point about something or what he was doing. But for me, that was very traumatic. I'm just going to be honest. Um, Honestly, I didn't go every Sunday even then. He didn't know me. He didn't know me by name. I just happened to be he just walked up to me. I mean, I can't even there was no preference to it. I wasn't in a choir. I had joined the church, but I hadn't even finished all my new member meetings because they do all of that stuff now. Um, like I said, I really can't give you the why of it all. Um, but like I said, for me, that was just a traumatic issue. So, it happened like that, but still, it didn't take out of me who I was. But, you know, being that this is a pastor and being that that's what he says he is, he done started even a YouTube channel. I guess he's going to try to start his church online. That way he can be manipulatable and things like that. And, you know, I guess he can curtail things the way he wants to, because he lives in Atlanta and he ain't gonna be having no BS going on in the A. I mean, they ain't gonna be having that. That's a lot. Yeah, yeah, it was. It was. It really was. But anyway, let me see. What else did I want to mention about this couple before we end this live? Well, that was my main thing. Like, how would you feel being a member of a church of a pastor who has an OnlyFans? And what you guys think about how they take videos, like the video of meeting my daughter for the first time, that was a repeat. um and why don't they have any people around them? I mean, they have kids, they are even if they are online pastors, that they should still have people who are loyal to them from back home that would attend their online church. Like there are plenty of pastors who have online presence and all over the world. I mean, Creflo has that, and it's a lot of other people. And I think there's a church called the Evolve Church. I can't remember the name of the church, but I know that Sarah Jakes Roberts did a sermon on their church once, and it's primarily online. They may have a physical presence somewhere, but if it wherever it is, I don't know. But I have, you know, attended via the online presence. So I mean, these people should have somebody in their life that is a part of what they have going on. Yeah, I guess someone mentioned to me, well, maybe they feel like some people aren't seeing the videos. Okay, that could be true. But I mean, they repeat things, like on one channel to the next channel, then they repeat. Like that video with the little girl, they uploaded that last year, and then it was two other videos that they did, and then the one about the beloved son video, they actually put that bad boy up twice in a week. So I don't know. I agree, Teak. He's probably was groomed for that. That's probably what brought him there. But then once they left, went to Atlanta, once he got online and he started feeling the online presence and being able to make money how he was, and then people responding to their pictures and stuff, I think that just took him left. I think he revels in this, and he seems to kind of get off on the public spectacle of who they are more so than her. I mean, she's a pretty girl, so she's probably used to being looked at and things like that. But I think the fact of him thinking that he looks good, and maybe one or two people might have told him that, and honey, he just don't went left with it. So I really think that's where it went with him. But yeah, guys, I'm going to go ahead and end the live. We can continue to talk about this in the comments. I appreciate you guys. We've been on here for an hour and 40 minutes. And I don't want to keep you guys any longer. I appreciate you guys taking the time to participate in the chat. I hope that you guys will all like the live and share it, so we can share it with other friends and family and things of this nature. I will be doing lives more often. I won't come too often. I know I'm a very small channel, but I will definitely be live more often. Next time, I will have the link in the description. So those of you who would like to come online and give your 2 cents, you can do that as well. So we'll do that the next time. And the next time I plan to go live will probably be somewhere around the 10th. Yeah, I'm gonna try to come live at least once every 5 to 7 days. So just look out for it. Like I said, I appreciate you guys for taking the time to come and check this live out. I appreciate those of you who were on here, and I definitely hope that I see you guys in the next live. If you have anything else you'd like to say, you definitely can go ahead and say it either in the chat. If the chat is not open, you can definitely say it in the comments. I definitely will meet you there. So thanks, guys. Thanks for taking the time to come and visit, and I'll see you guys in the next video.